Hey everybody, I wanted to put a video up on YouTube and talk about LUSH Haircare. For those of you that have been into LUSH, you know that they are a cosmetics store. They try to use as many natural ingredients as they can. Not everything is natural. They're mostly known for their bath bombs, bubble bars, bath melts, things like that. But they do have a pretty awesome range of hair care and also a pretty awesome range of skincare as well. But not everybody gets as deep as I do into LUSH with the hair care and the skincare. But if you're interested in it, then this video may be helpful to you. So one of the things that I first got into with their hair care were these solid shampoo bars. And the idea intrigued me at first. And my first thought was, there is no way that is going to work. Well, let me tell you, it works. They lather like crazy. Now, you know, we've really gotten used to thinking that lather equals clean. Not necessarily so. I know that there have been a lot of people that have asked LUSH, you know, hey, can you take sulfates out of your shampoos, etc. They do have one shampoo, I think, that has like very little sulfates. I haven't used it. It is the, oh man, I can't even remember, but it's the one that came out in their new line that has a lot of banana in it. But this one has, you know, the sodium lauryl sulfate, one of the major ones that lathers up. This is Jumping Juniper. It's advertised for oily hair or an oily scalp, you know, greasy hair. It does work pretty good. I have used this one the most. You do get a lot of uses out of these, so I think these are like $11, but bang for your buck compared to some of the other ones. These are probably the best. These are also great for travel, you know, because you don't have to put liquids in your bag. You just kind of stick this in there. LUSH does sell this tin right here. I think this is like $3.99. I recommend that you get it. When you first get it, you know, your solid shampoo bar is going to have like a little excess on the side. You're going to have to like shove it in the tin and a little bit may fall out there. But, you know, as you use it more, it starts to fit better and better. But Jumping Juniper, that is the one that's for oily hair. I have another one here called Karma Komba. This is scented with LUSH's Karma fragrance, which is like a citrus patchouli. It's very hippie-ish. It's I like it a lot, but if you don't like patchouli, you're probably going to hate this. They recommend this one for if you have tangly hair to help detangle it. I mean, I've used this one maybe, I don't know, like 10 times. I didn't really notice a difference with my hair being more or, you know, less tangled with it, but it still is a good shampoo bar, and especially if you like that Karma scent, that one may be a keeper for you. The last solid shampoo bar that I have tried is Seanik. This is what they consider to be the solid version of the big shampoo. And, you know, it smells really good. I think it's got a little bit of sea salt on there. It's supposed to be good for volumizing. So if you're looking for maybe something to volumize, you know, that has like a nice, fresh, oceany type smell, then I would recommend that one. Those are the only shampoo bars that I have tried. My husband actually really loves Godiva, which I don't have down here with me right now. That's their solid shampoo bar that has chunks of their solid conditioner in it, and it smells like jasmine. So if you love straight up jasmine, and you're looking for more of a conditioning lather, then I would go for Godiva. Although from what I've heard, it doesn't really condition well enough that you could get away with it without conditioner if you're a girl and have long hair. Just as a disclaimer, you know, my hair, I'm Japanese heritage, so I have, you know, typical Japanese kind of thick but thinning hair. It's very long. I don't use any color. I don't use any heat. I don't perm it. I really don't do anything with it. Don't color it. So it's pretty healthy for the most part. So unfortunately, like if you're looking for products that really work on like damaged hair, I may not be able to speak to that quite as well. But anyway, so solid shampoo bars, they're great. Really nice. That's what I first started with the LUSH hair care until I found this gal right here. She's amazing for me. Sylvia Stout. I think she's named after that show, Silverstein, you know, poem Where the Sidewalk Ends, Sylvia Stout, who wouldn't take the garbage out, something like that. But anyways, this one here, its main ingredient is stouts or beer, followed by water. This one has ammonium lauryl sulfate instead of the sodium lauryl sulfate, so but it still lathers like crazy. You can tell here the consistency is pretty thin. My husband used this once, and he didn't realize how thin it was, and he squirted out like a whole ton. But, I mean, this thing works so well on my hair, and the reason that I use this over these shampoo bars is I can go further in between washes with this one here. With the solid shampoo bars, I was shampooing every other day. That was my normal. This one here, now I only have to shampoo twice a week, and when you have thinning hair, that's kind of important to not shampoo as much and, you know, get your scalp wet and rip out your hair. So this one I shampoo, I think it's Wednesday night and Sunday morning, but it doesn't smell good. I think they said that they put like lemon in here. Okay, I don't know what they're talking about. This smells like beer, and not very good beer. I don't like the way it smells at all, but if you have a fragrance conditioner, that works really well. But this one is my go-to shampoo, to the point that I really don't think I will use any of their other shampoos, just because I just can't get away from this one. Really, really good. I do have another shampoo, which I forgot to bring down here. It's the Fairtrade Honey, actually, and that one I didn't get me as far between shampoos. It smells pretty good. They say it smells like flowers, like the bees went out and it's scented with the scent of all the flowers that the bees were on. So that's Fairtrade Honey, and that one has like a thicker consistency, and it's, I think, mostly honey in there, which you think would get in your hair and, you know, make it sticky and a mess, but it doesn't. You know, it lathers well, it cleans well. So if you're looking for maybe something different, I would go ahead and try the Fairtrade Honey. But like I said, for my oily scalp, this one, for some reason, just works amazing. I don't know what the deal is with that one. As far as other shampoos, this is the other one that I have, called their Big Shampoo. Comes in a black pot like this, and it is brimming with sea salts. And it has this smell that I don't really know how to describe it. I guess it's supposed to smell like the beach. I don't really like the way it smells. For some reason, there's a lot of their hair care I really don't like the way it smells, but it works pretty well. This one is supposed to be really good if you want volume, like the sea salt gets in there, and it's kind of weird at first because you feel like you're scrubbing your scalp with, you know, big chunks of salt, which you are, and you're like, well, this is weird, you know, and you have salt in your hair and you're rinsing out salt, and it's strange. I didn't really notice a huge change in volume when I used it. This thing normally gets rave reviews, but I mean, my hair being so long and the fact that I don't style it and it's just in a ponytail all day, I don't think I'd notice a big change of volume in my hair or appreciate it. But it did seem like a pretty good clarifying shampoo. Like I said, I haven't used this in a while, ever since I got stuck on the Cynthia Sylvia Stout. But if you have like fine hair and you're looking for a little bit more volume, then I would say go ahead and give this a try. It's one of their best sellers. Everyone at Lush really likes it. Now this is the other kind of shampoo-ish thing I have. This is no drought, it's their dry shampoo. When I bought this, they told me, you know, obviously I'm Japanese, I have jet black hair, and they said, oh no, like that's not going to make your hair white. Well, it's a white powder going on black hair, so I don't think no matter what you do, you're going to get away from this stuff not turning my hair like white and gray. So maybe I'm not using it right. You know, I open this up here and I spurt out a little bit on my hand and I kind of work it into my roots, and my roots turn this weird gray color. And then I take my hairbrush and I try to brush it out, but it doesn't brush it all out, so I have this weird color in my hair. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm not using it right, but I think if you have light colored hair, this would probably work good. You know, it's just a powder in here. I think the first ingredient in here is corn flour. What this does have, though, is this does have a really nice scent. It's like grapefruit and lime, I think is what it says up here on the front. It's this really clean, fresh scent. So what I have done before is just kind of sprinkle this like on my body if I have like if I come home and I'm kind of sweaty, just to kind of like, you know, dry off a little bit and smell good. So I've been using this, and I have a bigger bottle of it upstairs, I think, that I use too, but not so much on my hair. You know, unless it's like a weekend and I can walk around with like gray roots for a while and it doesn't matter. But I don't know how a white powder and black hair is supposed to not turn your hair like gray or white. I don't understand. So there's that one there. Let's see, what do I want to get in next here? Next is probably, I'll get into these. These are the hair treatments. I haven't used them all. There's only 3 of them that I have used here. The first one I want to go into is my favorite, which is Roots. This one is relatively new. I think it came out about a year ago. I've been using LUSH Haircare for about a year. I got into it a little before Christmas 2012, so I have used these a lot. Now this one I've gone through, I think, 3 pots of it. This is just the newest pot that I have, but I've used this a lot. Now what this one does is, it's supposed to be, they call for thine hair, thin, fine hair, which they call thine, T-H-I-N-E, only one of their Lush words. There's a lot of mint in here, a lot of things to make your scalp feel fresh. And I think somebody I saw in a review said that it was like a breath mint for your scalp, and it is. It makes your scalp not like tingle, but it's just a cooling sensation, maybe a little tingling. It just feels really good on your scalp. Since I have thinning hair, for me, like, I like putting it on, and it's not supposed to make your hair grow any faster, but I figure, you know, it's supposed to make your hair stronger. You know, it has olive oil in there to strengthen it. So what I do if I use hair treatments is I'll use this one, and I'll only use this on the roots, and then I'll use one of these 2 on the rest of my hair. But I mean, if you're looking for like a nice cool sensation on your scalp, then I would go for Roots. It feels really good. and I don't think that one is overly expensive. The next one here is Jasmine and Henna Fluff Eaze. This one here is supposed to be if you have, you know, well, fluffy hair, you know, frizzy hair, something like that. Why? The reason I use this is for the smell, and it's pretty thin. If you see here, like it's kind of rolling around. I'm probably gonna roll some of it out in the thing. The roots is pretty thick. This one is really thin. And you put it on dry hair, and you know, if you have frizzy hair, it helps to calm it down. It smells amazing. I can't remember everything else that's supposed to be in here, but when I use it, it's mostly just to kind of give my hair a little bit of extra conditioning, and then also for the scent. And like I said, these conditioners and any of the hair treatments, the scents on these do last a little bit. So like that Sylvia Stout shampoo with its like awful, not awful, but bad smell will be overpowered by any of these immediately. So this one I have used. I think on there they say you need to use like half the pot on your head if you have long hair. I don't. Like this pot will probably last me about 4 times. Work it into dry hair though. Don't work it into wet hair. I think you leave it on for about 20 minutes. If you're looking for something to help with frizz, this is advertised for that. I don't have a whole lot of frizz, but I can say that my hair does feel softer after using this, and I love the scent. The next one here is Wenwa? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce this one. I don't think anyone actually knows how to pronounce this one in LUSH. Everyone pronounces it differently. This one here I think is supposed to have like egg whites in it. Just, you know, more ingredients as well to condition your hair, you know, for damaged hair, to make it softer, to make it stronger. I've been through, I think, one pot of this so far. So this is just a new pot that I have bought. You can see this one's a thicker consistency, not like the Jasmine and Henna Fluffies, which basically just wanted to flow right out of the pot. So this one is pretty good. The scent, I don't really know how to describe it. I'm not crazy about it, but it's not like it's awful. I probably should have done some more research before making this video, but I mean, this one though, like I use it and my hair does feel softer, and sometimes it's just nice to kind of indulge. Like I said, I don't really have damaged hair, so I can't really say if it's like a miracle worker, but I do notice that my hair does feel better after using this. You know, the comb goes through a little bit easier. The scent, I'm not crazy about, but this one, actually, the scent of this one, I can normally overpower with the conditioner when I use it afterwards. This Jasmine one, I've conditioned afterwards, and I can still smell this one through the conditioner. This one, I can't, which is good because I'm not crazy about the way it smells. But this is just a hair treatment, you know, for damaged hair. So if you're looking for something for that, I would recommend this one. See if you like it. This one here is a hair moisturizer called R&B. And this, for this one, a little goes a long way. This is supposed to be for curly hair. I think if you have frizzy hair, to kind of tame it down. You can work this into wet or dry hair. I think they say dry hair. I've done it before, but it's kind of left my hair a little, like you can feel something was in there. So what I do is I put it on a little bit after I shower if I'm trying to make my hair a little bit more sleek. It does work pretty darn good. I've heard amazing things about this for people that have curly hair. The scent, once again, I cannot describe these scents at all. It's a powerful scent. I do like the way that it smells. I think my husband doesn't like the way that it smells in this one, since this is a hair moisturizer. You use it after you shampoo and condition, and when you're out of, you know, the shower or completely dry hair. So this scent is going to stick with you. So if you go into the LUSH store, I'd recommend giving this a sniff, seeing if you like it. But sometimes it's like if I'm trying to get like a sleeker ponytail, or just trying to get the hairs on the top of my head to, you know, calm down a little bit, I'll rub a little bit of this on. You can see I've had this now for probably 7 months, and I haven't gone through much of it at all. But it's a really good product, so I'd recommend going into the LUSH and, you know, taking a look at this one, seeing if that one is for you. So the last thing I have are conditioners. These are the only LUSH conditioners that I have tried. Veganese is the first LUSH conditioner that I bought, and, you know, initially when I went in there, they said, okay, your hair is pretty normal, so you don't need a crazy conditioner. Use the Veganese one. This one is, you know, vegan, obviously. There's no lanolin in it. I think the other ones are not vegan. They have lanolin. You can see the consistency from this one. It's pretty thin. It's a real thin consistency. This one has a really nice smell. It's got lemon in here, and seaweed as well, but the lemon just smells really, you know, nice and fresh. I really like the way this one smells. And initially when I bought this, since this was my only conditioner that I had, I was using this on all my hair. It really wasn't conditioning enough for the ends of my hair, but I still love it. And what I do now is I put this goes on like the top third of my head. You know, from like I don't put it right on my scalp, but I'll put it on the hair like on the top third. And I like this one because it's a little lighter, so I feel like it doesn't weigh me down. and it doesn't leave me, you know, doesn't get me oily really fast. I think it's if I felt like I'd put one of these other ones on my scalp or near my scalp. So Veganese, if you're a vegan, obviously if you're looking for a vegan product, this one is for you. If you're looking for just something a little bit lighter, you know, if you don't have damaged hair, this is for you. Or maybe if you're just looking for something light just to put on the top of your head, you know, kind of like how I use it, this one is for you. So that is Veganese. The next one here, this is Coolaulin. This is a retro conditioner. So if you are not super familiar with Lush, they have a lot of their products on retro, which basically means they don't stock them in the store. They're only stocked online, and you have to go online to get it. It's products that they've discontinued, but they have brought back and kept on retro, either for the most part permanently, or sometimes to bring back like holiday stuff on retro for a couple months. So if you want to get this one, it's not going to be in the store. You're going to have to get it online. This one is a coconut conditioner. Some people say that they don't like the way that it smells, but to me, it does smell like coconut. It smells like coconut to me, and this one I actually do like how it smells. You can see here it's a thicker conditioner, so it's not like the Veganese, you know, which was super thin. It's thicker. This one is also meant for curly hair or dry hair. I like it. I will tell you this much though. These two seem to be like the same for me in terms of how effective they are. This one is a little bit thicker for me, a little bit better, but it's still a good conditioner. I mean, I can get my, you know, I can work through my tangles for the most part pretty well and everything with Coolaulin. So if you have curly hair, dry hair, that's the one supposed to be for you. If you like the smell of coconuts, I'd give that one a go. One note about these conditioners is that they don't have, you know, like the other conditioners that leave your hair feeling really soaky in the shower. It's like they have like the silicates or the silicone in there, right? That coats the hair and leaves it really soft. These don't have it. So the first time I used the Lush conditioner, I had no idea what was going on because I put it on my hair and it felt like there was nothing on my hair. And I put on more product and more product and more product, and it didn't feel soft. It didn't feel soaky. I didn't have that feeling in the shower. Well, the truth with these conditioners is you really have to wait until your hair dries to see the effect. You're not going to notice when you're in the shower that your hair is soft and silky smooth. It's going to feel kind of like dry and crunchy. It's kind of strange, but they are working. I'm telling you, you just have to. They're not going to leave you with that silky smooth feeling like you get with the other brands that have like the silicone in it that just coats the hair. So these won't do that. These are actually meant to really try to actually condition your hair, not just coat it, but you're not going to get that feeling. Now, that being said, is that I do notice that my hair tangles more with these because it doesn't have that coating on it. So if you have really tangly hair, these may not work for you. You may need something that's a little bit, hate to say it, that has a silicone in it, but you know, if your hair isn't overly tangly and you're looking for something that's a little bit more, you know, more natural, things like that, I would definitely go for these. So that's just a word about their conditioners, because no one told me when I first did it, and I was wondering what the heck was going on with my hair. The next one, this is one of their best sellers, American Cream. It's scented like strawberries, like vanilla and strawberries. I don't really get vanilla and strawberries out of this. It just, to me, it just smells kind of like a beach. I don't really know. I'm not crazy about the way that this one smells. But this one is supposed to be one of their more conditioning conditioners, and you can see there it's fairly thick. I know that my mom uses this one for her go-to conditioner. I know she quite likes it. She's like me, she has long hair, so she must not have any major problems with tangling. But like I said, this one and Coolaulin, they both seem to have the same effect on me. They're good conditioners. Not a whole lot more to say about it. I mean, they're good. You know, this one smells pretty good. That one smells pretty good. But this one here is the one that I go to the most, Happy Happy Joy Joy. Now, I was told that this one is meant to be between these. Like, this was supposed to be the thickest or the, you know, the richest conditioner. This is supposed to be the middle of the line, and this one is the lightest. For some reason, this one here works for me the best. This is the one I reach for probably 60% of the time, is this one to put on my hair. It has this really intense perfume. Let me see if I can't describe it again. I can't tell if it's like a floral and a fruity together. Some people love the way this smells, and some people hate the way that this one smells. The other thing about this one too that kind of sucks is that it is like a full $10 more than the other one. So these are not the cheapest. I think this is like $40 for this bottle. $40, which is kind of a lot. You don't need a whole heck of a lot. I mean, they work pretty well, you know, as far as conditioners. But this one for me works the best. It leaves my hair nice and soft. I love the way that it smells. My husband doesn't like the way that it smells, but for me, this one, it just works. So this is the one that I reach for the most, the Happy Happy Joy Joy. And this one came out I mean, more recently, probably like 7 or 8 months ago, but this one is a really good one. I like it. Some of their other conditioners, this one here is a Retread, or is it Retread? This is actually supposed to be their strongest conditioner, sorry, but it comes in this one, so I kind of forget about it sometimes. This one has yogurt in it and a lot of things to kind of strengthen your hair. I have noticed that this one does work probably the best for me. I mean, Happy Joy is my favorite, everyday conditioner. Once in every 2 weeks or once every 3 weeks, I'll bust out with this one. And, you can see there, it's a little bit on the thinner side again, but it still works pretty good. My hair is probably just as soft as using this after I use that. So it does work really well. It has a fragrance in there that I'm not a huge fan of. I'm sorry, I cannot describe these at all, these fragrances. It's kind of, not medicinal, but I don't know. It kind of like shoots up your nose and it's like one of those intense scents or something like that. But so Retread, this is, a good conditioner if you're looking for something that you really need to kind of rehab your hair, etc. Then I would use Retread. Speaking of rehab, they have a shampoo as well called Rehab. I have a bottle of it. I used it 2 times. I think it's like has fruit juices and everything in there. Like if you really need to clean your hair and get it probably back to square one and try to rebuild it. I've only used it a couple times because I'm so stuck on that Sylvia Stout shampoo. But the Rehab shampoo, it did work well. It did not get me as long between washes as Sylvia Stout. But if you're looking for probably something to bring your hair back to health, I think is what they call the Rehab, is probably good. And I think that this one is probably supposed to go hands in hand with the Rehab. So you use the Rehab shampoo and you use this conditioner to really get your hair healthy again. And that's what I think that one was advertised for. Now this last one here is a solid conditioner. This one's called Jungle. This has like a really fruity smell to it. I love how it smells. Everyone else around me seems to hate how it smells, but I still really like it. So this is solid conditioner. What you can do is you go into the shower and you stroke this like over your hair, kind of get it wet and warm and, kind of mush it into the hair. I found for me that doesn't really work so well. So what I'll do is, okay, I may not be able to open this, but I take like a little container like this. I shave off pieces of this, with a knife, and I put it with some hot water into this thing, and I kind of make it form a paste. And then I'll just put the paste on my hair, and then the paste is pretty much just like regular conditioner. And I cannot open this thing with one hand. Oh, there we go. So this one I've used. So this is kind of the consistency that I get it to. It's obviously like a thick consistency because it's not going to come out. You can probably make it as, obviously, you can make it as thick as or thin as you want it, depending on how much water you put in here. But this one is really good. Actually, this was probably one of my favorite ones, but because it's kind of a pain to make this, I don't use it as much. So now that I'm in my kitchen, I should probably chop half of this up and make another batch. But this one I think smells amazing, and it leaves your hair feeling really good. If you're trying to get away from, plastics, and if you're more worried about the environment, if you're looking for something nice, and I would say try the solid conditioner. And then maybe this works for you. You don't have to worry about the plastic, and it's the same thing with these. If you're really looking for an eco-friendly solution, go for the solid shampoo bar and go for the solid conditioner. They do have another solid conditioner called Big. To me, it was too light. It's supposed to be, the companion to the Big shampoo. I didn't really like it. I like this one. This one is definitely a heavier, thicker, more, what's it called? Works better, more health for your hair or whatever, than the Big conditioner. But I really like Jungle. So like I said, if you're looking for an eco solution, give these a go. Solid shampoo, solid. When you go into the store, I got this online, but if you go into the store, it doesn't have this, plastic cellulose packaging on it. So they're naked products, you're just going to buy it like this, and you're just going to buy it like this. So very eco-friendly, really no packaging. But overall, I'd have to say, LUSH Hair Care, for me, it works really well. I really enjoy having the conditioners that don't have the silicone in it. I feel like they're actually trying to make my hair healthier. This shampoo, for some reason, is just amazing for me. Just works perfectly. So I would say that, just give it a try. You obviously don't have to get the big bottles. I think if you get the smaller bottle, it's like $10. And if you can always ask for a sample. That's how I found this baby right here, was through a sample. I did not go out and buy this ginormous thing on my own. I think a lot of these I probably started as samples and saw how I like, and they're pretty good with that. But that's just an overview of the LUSH Hair Care. This is the first video I'm ever putting on YouTube, so I'm sure when I go back at this, I'm going to feel like I missed a whole lot of things and want to redo it. If you have any comments, or if there's something that you want me to talk about a little bit more in depth, let me know. I'm sorry for those of you that have different hair types than me. Unfortunately, I can't speak to all the different hair types, but this is just my own, my own experience with Lush Hair Care, and it's been great. And I'm hoping to stick with Lush Hair Care, for as long as I can. I'm not looking to go back to Pantene Pro V or Herbal Essences. I want to stick with this brand. I really like Lush, and their products are really good. They work well, and I kind of like their mantra. I kind of like what Lush is about. So anyways, this is just the overview, and let me know if you have any more specific questions, and thanks for watching. Bye.